Rumble versus Mbessa matchup is really punishing early on. So I want to see how EDG are actually able to leverage some of their gold advantage. They have some of the best gold difference at 15 in the league.
Push into this Rumble so far, so we'll have to see what can really break that mold, or maybe we'll see LPL teams kind of not prioritize the Dragon early. We've seen that often, actually. Later Drake takes. LPL teams have been really obsessed with the Grubs fights over forcing a first Drake take.
If I'm EDG,
I spoke too soon. Hulk, I spoke too soon. Zhong, what is gone? Is he rusty? Is he off this game? Because he just got slapped silly by ZDZ for first blood. No Rumble ult needed.
Zhong will not have flash, but he'll still have that ultimate, and ZDZ is a much more pliable target for Ultra Prime to find. So let's see if they're able to find a comeback there.
No, do not.
Okay, Junhao's here, but it's fine. He does not have Pillar. Xiaosha's in the area, and Saber will have ultimate.
Oh, here we go. It's Palkia again. The fire starter for EDG. Headbutt pulverize Junhao back out. Cancel from the grand entrance. It's going to force a flash out of Junhao. There's the Cataclysm through onto 2. Junhao holding on to that flash that he doesn't have, and he'll drop to On, who finds the first kill. Now Baya is going to have to expend some of his summoners. There's the Weaver's Wall coming down, going to cut off some of the EDG attack. Really good use of that ultimate from Saber. And now the rocks are starting to flame. There's the flash forward from Xiaohao. He's going to eliminate Baya as Palkia with no HP. Does not care. He's trying to set up more kills, and they're going to cash them in. 3 more kills picked up for Edward Gaming, and the curtain call coming down on the Saber. The flash doesn't mean anything. 3 kills to On. EDG routing in the first 8 minutes.
Zhong could never answer that fight. And even with him not having the flash and TP, that's a big punish. Somehow, Ultra Prime, with their 3 grubs, they're sending 4 people. They want first turret.
Want? That's a past tense. We're going to have to go with that one. They got. They're going to pick up that first brick here. So ZDZ, I mean.
Thanks to on EDG side. 2 dragons to start. They lost their grubs, but I don't think it's a very big deal. We talked about how easy it is for EDG to get priority thanks to the champions that they have. And I love that we're seeing them leverage that. Already the first 2 objectives of the game, and it seems like that Herald spawning in 3.5 minutes is more than likely going to help us decide feats of strength. For the next 2 minutes, so watching how both of these teams kind of pilot around the map, and especially our 2 supports, is going to be pivotal.
Oh, ZDZ. All right, here's the bowling execution down. They're going to use the quickness charm as well to knock the equalizer layered over, but ZDZ should be picked off. But the TP is coming in now. ZZ's going to flash and get it followed by Zhong. This TP was a bit off here from Angel. He does have help, though, from the top side of the river. Xiaohao coming in. Charm going to be held here. There's the flag trap. Good jog from Zhong to get around that one, but he's still going to get trapped in the Cataclysm. Is there enough damage here with Angel? Palkia gets the knockup, and they will trade their top laner back. And run down a turret with our grubs, which I don't hate, angling into the one thing you've been able to take control of in a very murky early game, but now you're late to the Herald. Maybe everyone's late to the Herald. Over the wall, in with Palkia, Knockup City. Hello, Ultra Prime. No way for Saber to even move there. Zuna has to use the pillar defensively, and that one pick, the problem we've seen so many times with Ultra Prime before big neutrals.
Herald, can EDG actually play for this, right? So Angel doesn't have teleport, so he's going to have to back and spend his gold, then walk over to this objective. On doesn't have ultimate, Palkia doesn't have ultimate, and all of this stuff is still up and available here for Ultra Prime. So I expect for this to be a bit of a harder fight for EDG to play.
Too quick here with the Jhin, and Palkia, as always, is looking for an aggressive angle in. As Xiaohao is want to see if Junhao's up for a bit of a 50-50. He's going to pop the Subjugate now onto Xiaohao, and with that big ultimate down, they're going to secure the Rift Herald. Curtain Call is going to come out here. We see a flick back onto Palkia. Good usage of the Q4 to get out of the flick back, but he gets knocked up and severed down thanks to Xiaosha. Palkia dying a bit out of position for the sins of EDG.
A little bit more gold. Seems like that's going to be the case. As you see, they're trying to make a deployment onto ZDZ.
I'm a bit cautious with this game plan. Poly execution, though, down. Here comes the Weaver's Wall. ZDZ once again finds himself in a 1v number scenario that he just never survives. Just like that. And now, yeah, Ultra Prime, don't worry about the Dragon spawning on the bot side.
And it'll be feats of strength here completed for EDG. Grabbing themselves, that would feel very nice. Obviously, already having a lot of their boots, giving them that small edge in fights. Only going to be about 1,000 gold in the advantage of Edward Gaming. But so far, their objective setups have felt a lot cleaner than their opponents, and these fights have felt
a lot more of their damage to become a pretty threatening spot. Is okay. Enhanced Blast Cone Ooh, I like that. Fade away from the Grand Entrance, then throw the Cataclysm onto Xiao, but he gets an ally to dash back out of, so you now lose that ultimate.
No!
Here comes the equalizer, though, that Xiao was just not expecting. So ZDZ is able to clean up the scrap started by his jungler.
Pretty meaningless for the most part. I mean, this champion has a million dashes anyway. Looks like EDG, they're going to make the trade. They're going to go ahead and take this mid-tier 1, and now they'll move into this bottom side. Can Ultra Prime, even if they grab this dragon, or this bottom lane turret, I don't think it actually matters because they can't spend the gold now, and Ari's going to instantly delete this wave.
Dark, the now Drake Pit, and Otacon River have become here for Ultra Prime.
They can
With the
find it.
for Zhang, they're going to go right on top of this Rumble, and a great flick back from Saber is going to pick up that first kill. Curtain Call starting to rain down as well as the TP's come in. Angel needs to find this charm, doesn't get it. Zhang gets to still run wild, but the Spirit Rush will catch him and cut him down. Now it's Edward Gaming's turn to try and step up with piercing arrows behind coming through for On, and with Junhao much more chugged out, EDG get to reap all the rewards on this bot side river.
All right, he's just going to have to play his life, get some jungle privilege, come back out onto the map. Maybe they try to see if they can contest later into this fight. They still have the Weaver's Wall. I think it's already too late. Ultra Prime now, they lose the soul to EDG. And that damage, I think that fight was as good as it was going to get for them. They had the Unraveled Earth already set up. They need to win this fight. And even if they do, I'm very worried for their stakes here in the game. It's the best it's going to get right now for them.
Keep in mind, Angel now just hit mid lane, trying to sprint down here. Let's see if Xiao looks for a steal angle. That's a great equalizer from ZDZ. Ultra Prime now have to walk out of the pit momentarily. Piercing arrow smite combination is big here, and now they've allowed Angel to come around for the flank, and they're not even trying to step up to go for this Otacon because they know the turn's coming out. Great flash forward from Angel, does get Junhao rooted out. The Cataclysm comes down on 2. Xiao has to flash back out, but the Otacon they can just take, and now look to turn and burn with CDZ leading the charge. Public execution on top of him, but Zhang can't get enough damage down, and EDG are just too big, too bad, and too broad-shouldered to ever be knocked around in this game. 4 kills cleaned up for nothing, and Xiaoxia's gonna make it a clean ace. Edward Gaming looking like they're back to that dominant form that we saw from them at the start of this split.
Well, it's only a 4-for-0, but I think at 25 minutes, you'll take a soul, you'll take an Otacon, and you'll take a 4-0 ace. So let's push out on these waves, and let's see how EDG are able to clean out this game. A dominant start to finish. I mean, we go all the way back to the first set of grubs and stuff. We're looking at EDG fighting a full-on ace almost. They get multiple kills here for On, and he has been absolutely untouched. The only people to die, ZDZ and Palkia. I think that's a perfect game if you are Edward Gaming. Sizzled them up, and then Burgers landed cheese side up for EDG. You just got 3 kills. Palkia.
Oh, hello. Look at this flank coming across here. On. They pick him off. What a find from Junhao and company to get that one started. Can they clean up the fight now without On? No, it's just too little, too late. Welcome to Ultra Prime getting wallet diffed, everybody, even when they find the golden goose of On.
And this is what we needed to see from EDG for them to be able to get first place in Group Nirvana. They cannot drop a single series. And while their schedule isn't particularly tough, we already saw them drop a game to Thunder Talk. They dropped a whole series versus their counterparts in NIP. And thankfully, we are seeing more of the same. Ultra Prime's first series of the split was against EDG, and it looks like one of their last couple of games is going to be up against this team.
Baron secured onto 4 members. Like you mentioned, that grub fight, them losing 4 members that quickly against an EDG team that we have pretty lofty expectations for from a Group Nirvana stance, and maybe even further. You can't give them those windows, or you get games like this where 28 minutes in, you're getting 4-1 split onto 2 spots, and it's really hard to find any engage angle right now in Edward Gaming.
And there's also item advantages in almost every single lane right now, especially for Xiaohao, who we needed to see step up considering his last couple series have been less than stellar. Palkia is going to try to go on in. He's going to force Ultra Prime away. 2 inhibitors are going to fall, and they still have Baron for another minute while this Elder spawns in 15.
Elder. Man, I forgot. Yeah, we got Soul at 23 minutes. That means Elder gets to come in at about 29 minutes, but EDG looking like they want to take the express route to a Nexus explosion. still hanging around here. Guys, let's not fall for the Nexus turrets fallacy, all right? If you're going to go for it, you got to win it here. And all right, Xiaohao finds an angle on Nabaya, who gets the pig lava curtain put under him. Still surviving, though, with this redemption up. He'll finally drop, but Ultra Prime, there's nowhere left for them to run. There's nowhere left for them to hide. Even if they go back into the fountain, their Nexus cannot come with them. What a game one here from Edward Gaming, showing they are in a class of their own, along with NIP in Group Nirvana.
And they kind of ruined some of their KDAs at the end. Not happy about that, but if that's the only thing we're critiquing them for, then I think you're very, very pleased. Oh, and now we have Nico bottom lane. All right, so I have a very hard time seeing Ultra Prime win this game. Yet again, another situation where you have winning lane setups here for EDG.
V2 and get him out of the matchup against the carry top.
This is what we have to expect, though. That's my fault for not calling it out, but we have a Scion in the game, so swaps are going to be encouraged. Now, Xiaohao does make his way all the way to the bottom side, and they know that Xiaoxia's backing. Oh, God.
Oh, there we go. They get the root down coming across from Palkia, and this one was just faded. The way EDG set up for it, excellent spring trap, and they got the kill onto their snowballing Zinzao. ProDiff.gg. You can improve your game, learn from pros in the NACL, ERLs, and even the LTA. LPL 10 to save 10% off. Thank you to ProDiff for allowing us to cast these team fights as a great feather pullback as they come across from Baya, and they get rid of Palkia, but Xiaohao was here first, and he's going to make it Ultra Prime's problem, as he is going to be able to pick up feats of warfare for Edward Gaming.
Again, 5 minutes in, and the bottom lane's been killed here.
And it's dwindling. Go after a couple of sweet spot combos, but Junhao, yeah, the attention here is, oh boy, here's another small window. It's called Xiaohao's going to bust down the door to the Drake pit. Hello, you want this dragon? Let's see if he can take it away, and he will. With the wind becomes lightning into the spine. Oh, poor Junhao. There is nowhere for you to go, but back to base. The flash. Oh, does get around the wind becomes lightning. Hold on, but yeah, Xiaohao had his own flash. Xiaohao flashes forward to try and slow them. Bit of a lost cause play there, and it's getting depressing for Ultra Prime.
We gave over a kill, thought, as most AD carry players, one more wave. One more wave. Now he's going to miss that extra wave, and potentially his full turret. I think if Xiaohao comes here, they can actually go for 3 plates, but...
Cyclone, and he now, I believe, has to cover for this top turret. His Saber doesn't have TP to get up there. They're going to drop more waves. It is death by 1,000 cuts by definition right now from Edward Gaming.
All right, so if we are going to scale as Ultra Prime, making his way down, if they can stop this wave, I think Ultra Prime are somehow even worse than how they started this.
Okay, they're now invading back for a blue buff. They get smited away by Xiaohao, but the Cyclone going to pop on him. The good thing he has the Crescent Guard, and a great Pop Blossom is going to stop.
Oh, they don't know he's coming.
Flash out from Xiaohao. Palkia low as well. Junhao has to bail out. It's chaos, but look who's on the back end of the fight in CDZ. Cleans up 1 kill. First one ender reset. Flashing forward after all of Ultra Prime. His Angel has a flake of his own. He's going to flash, land a huge taunt onto 2. Luckily, he only grabs the tank, so Bai is able to get a Blade Caller back. Ultra Prime are trying to steady the ship, but over the wall comes Xiaohao, and down comes the damage from Edward Gaming. Zhang is just not taking enough to survive what EDG's doctor prescribed.
That's 2 kills, and what a fantastic amount of patience there from EDG. A lot of the matchups have so far not gone their way. Speaking of, we come out of live, and that is going to be Xiaoxia picked up right as the Herald spawns, so perfect time.
Yeah. Also, fits into your window of Ultra Prime not getting picked off in within a minute and a half of another neutral.
You know what's also funny is because this was the bottom lane getting caught here. Baya has no flash now.
Oh,
so
Angel doesn't either.
Okay.
All right. Phase rush. Oh no, they're here to cover even for Angel. Oh, Ultra Prime, nothing's going right.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, we are just absolutely demolishing Ultra Prime.
And here comes the Herald. Oh, they've caught up by and Saber. Featherstorm's all he got, but he still eats the Tangle Barb down. And On's Rocky picks up the 9th kill here. Turrets going down. The only thing Ultra Prime can desperately clutch towards is that they won't be in a perfect game scenario off the 1 kill they've been able to pick up in this game.
1 grub. One kill. That's as far as it's going to go here. Palkia.
Oh, Palkia. Yep, able to grab himself 2 members as the turret goes down into a double taunt. It's just layering masterfully coming across right now for Edward Gaming, who are just pushing the tempo more and more forward, trying to get this game wrapped up with a nice bow.
All right, Slayer and everyone in chat, I'm going to have to hold this potentially as they look for play under the turret. I don't think it's very real.
All right,
okay.
Palkia just died for very little, but hey, turret's down, and that's what we call plus EV gold play for Edward Gaming.
Can't go for the dragon anyway. Let's just play for top tier 1 as well. Okay, sure.
Time to chase down Ultra Prime jungler. ZDZ used all of his World Ender timer, but the demise is only coming here for Junhao. Hey, good redemption deal. Hold on, Saber's here.
Okay.
Hold on. Angel's dead. All right, there's no World Ender. How did Xiaohao get that deep? How did Baya die? I don't know, but all right, guess what? I think Xiaohao might just walk through the turret. No, he's not going to need it. There's a TP coming in. This is dysfunctional by definition. EDG gonna look to re-engage. Flash forward for Palkia. Gets 2-for-1 special on the Tangle Barb, and both tanks should drop. And yep, the rocket over the wall on. Let's see how much he wants to limit test with this lead. Nope, he's gonna let Xiao survive.
There was no Otacon to try to do that for. I was like, okay, what are we doing this? Are we trying to play? This is the play of how we got to see Baya get caught. I assumed it was either him walking back from base or something like that, but in a small span of time, Zhang dies twice. Remember, he died in mid lane, teleported top, and died again.
That too, like,
yeah,
the rich get richer.
The player gold you just saw on the left side of your screen definitely, I feel like, exemplifies this fact. They could start this up. I think they do need to wait for ZDZ to move on over, and it seems like EDG do want to spend some of their gold that they just got from not only killing Dragon, but taking multiple members down from Ultra Prime. So
could just be decided very much so with a final stamp at Opticon, the way Ultra Prime are just going to yeet themselves toward this objective. Angel can eat a Braum stun. Engage comes across the Junhao, but they weren't ready for Palkia in the bush, who grabs himself 3-for-1 on the pop. Also, Zhang into the backline, the Argon execute Palkia, but he was on a one-man mission. The rest of EDG should be here to clean things up. Featherstorm down for Baya, try to create space up against Xiaohao. Blade Caller back, but he gets flashed on by ZDZ, who knocks him back down to the base.
He's teleporting in front of them.
Oh my god. Angel just TP'd over their head, says, you've got no escape route, Ultra Prime, and you have no way out, Saber, as he desperately tries to guide himself back towards the Otacon, buying himself a lot of time, but death is inevitable for him in this game. Another wipe-down fight from Edward Gaming.
You could see it in the player cams. Palkia's having fun. I'm assuming the boys on EDG are having a fun time here in this series. A good bounce back after their loss against NIP.
The way they're knocking down turrets, if they win one more fight wiped like that, they just win the game. But Ultra Prime might make me eat my words. Zhang is going to TP behind. It's going to be spotted here by EDG. They're going after On, who has a fat bounty of his own to try and collect, but Xiaohao's doing a pretty good job playing bodyguard. Drops the Crescent Guard, so Baya doesn't get any damage. Palkia going to go over the wall to get himself another multi-man Pop Blossom. One-man mission, but EDG with ZDZ's flank should be able to just mop up the rest of these kills. Like a knife through butter. Downfall Ultra Prime once more. It's only Saber alive, but he has ZDZ chasing him down rapidly. And he might just carry all of EDG into the base with him, the only one to survive. Another white fight for Edward Gaming. Baron with all the turrets they're going to knock down. They win one more fight. I feel like a very silly better.
Dragon spawning in 50. Oh my god. Really, really important kind of series for them. EDG, they've got Baron.
Guys.
We do not care about this Dragon, guys.
Give up your base for Dragon. All in for Dragon so that you don't get 20k gold lead. All right.
True.
Because if you fight, you give away 20k gold lead. All right. Oh man. Yeah, 20k is so locked in. It's so locked. Oh, they're death rushing.
Right. Can we? Okay, so this will be an objective bounty if Ultra Prime can steal this.
Or if they get some of these shutdowns. Everyone on EG has shutdowns.
That's true.
We just need to get some kills, guys, to keep my bet alive. But they're already on the wrong side of the river. And Palkia.
No.
All right, good Featherstorm for Baya. So he doesn't get grabbed by the Pop Blossom, but here's their entrance to it. Xiaohao's going on to the back line. See if they get any of these kills back. Maybe there's a hope. No, it's all crushed under the heel of EDG. And the gold lead should go over 20k. We're at 19.5.
Yes, they're going to get mid-wave. Let's go, 20,000. Yay.
I'm waiting. We're not. Oh, come on. Let's see. I think they should get on these turrets, right? Oh, we're so close.
There we go.
20K. All right. That's what we're cheering for, because that's how badly EDG just wiped the floor with Ultra Prime as they 2-0 them to start off their last 3 series.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.